Welcome to this year's STRIVE Banquet, where we pause during our busy lives and honor these great young students. Thank you for coming. Not everyone could make it tonight, due to jobs or other conflicts, but we have parents, siblings, teachers, friends, Rotarians, and some special dignitaries, all here to honor you, the students, as we recognize your accomplishments over this past year. You have much to be proud of as you near your graduation. 22 of you completed the STRIVE program, which makes you automatically eligible for future scholarships, not just this year, but for future ones. And I'll explain that later. But here are some of the statistics on this past year. 91% of you increased your cumulative GPA during this year. And I think that's a new record for our STRIVE classes. 95% of you maintained a C average or better in your senior classes. 82% of you attended the required 90% STRIVE classes. Now, why are these stats important? Because they allow you to be eligible for this year's scholarships. This is our 16th year at STRIVE at Kennedy. We've worked with over 350 students, given out almost 90,000 in scholarships, and STRIVE is a national Rotary program which began over 17 years ago here in Minnesota. The acronym STRIVE stands for Students Taking a Renewed Interest in the Value of Education. The purpose is to motivate and help you seniors more fully discover and develop your own strengths and talents, which will lead to enhancing your own personal and academic growth now as you prepare to leave Kennedy, and also for years to come. Rotary offers scholarships as an incentive to help with tuition and books. But as you may have already figured out, students, the real incentive for your success comes from within yourselves. You each possess unique skills and talents, and that will guide you throughout your life journey. We Rotarians are honored to have walked with you and alongside you this year as you realize your potential. Now, why do we know that STRIVE works? Well, you just heard some of the academic achievements I mentioned earlier. Those statistics show that the seniors are willing to commit the time to improve themselves. But also, because these local community leaders and school officials, your mentors, were willing to share their time and experiences with you, both positive and negative, these mentors are your new friends, another adult in your lives who you can turn to for advice. In fact, some of you have already taken advantage of their advice, while others may encounter a life experience years from now, and then you might recall what that STRIVE mentor was sharing with you. We had a full year of class and touched on a number of topics, and for the parents, here are some of the topics we went through this year. We explored the differences of going to college versus getting a job. We toured Normandale and Hennepin Tech. We took a computer interest survey. Do you remember that survey, students? Where you could look at different interests that you put down and possible career fits to those interests. You heard how to dream, how to plan, how to write goals, how to manage your priorities, to understand finances and costs, and to find balance in your life. Your mentors shared their own failures and then shared with you how they overcame those failures. We visited a Rotary lunch and heard a coach instill us with some motivational talk. We attended an ethics lunch and discussed good and bad decisions. And we practiced job interview skills with real employers. We also appreciate your honest feedback and evaluation of STRIVE. You told us we want more activities in the classroom, in other words, less lecture, and more college information. So we thank you, and we'll try to use those suggestions as we continue to improve STRIVE. I think I speak for most of your STRIVE mentors here in saying that you seniors make all this effort worthwhile. I personally continue to learn something new each year, each class from you students. Ask my wife, Leslie. I'm usually pretty pumped up after our Wednesday STRIVE classes. Sharing in your success is a win-win for all of us here. We congratulate you seniors on your successes. Now allow me just a couple minutes here to have a few thank yous before we continue. First, I want to recognize and thank my best friend and wife, Leslie. Thank you, Leslie, for supporting me on these Rotary projects like STRIVE. Leslie is going to be our official photographer this evening. Second, our dinner. We want to thank the Hilton for the banquet and our servers, Aaron, Trish, and Johanna. And they just disappeared, didn't they? Okay. Our cable TV tonight, Lori Schulte is going to be taping this for cable TV. And then organizing STRIVE is a fairly routine, but implementing it is something else. There would be no STRIVE without our dedicated volunteer mentors. And I would like to recognize a few of them. Terry Starwalt, our STRIVE chair. Bob Erickson, an instructor, treats, and he also handled the fast food chair. Karen Zalesnik, where'd Karen go? She was one of our regular instructors and treats. Jim Mortensen, another mentor, back here. And Katie Brown from Normandale. Where'd Katie go? Over here. And Katie brought also, based on a suggestion from a prior STRIVE group, she brought some Normandale students to share time with you this year. I'd like to thank all the mentors who shared. The rest of them are listed on the back of your program. Now, another reason this Kennedy STRIVE program works so well is because we are fortunate to have school administrators who not only believe in you students, but who demonstrate that belief through their enthusiastic support. Look around you, students. Some are here tonight to honor you. We have Superintendent Les Fujitaki, Assistant Principal Chris Krenz, Student Dean Megan Wilrett, Counselor Rosa Flores. Would you all please stand and be recognized? And in case the students were wondering where those buses appeared on the field trips, Debbie Belfried made that possible. She couldn't come tonight because she's participating in another program at Veep Food Shelf to pack food packs for children that don't have food on the weekends. Now I've asked Superintendent Fujitaki and Assistant Principal Chris Krenz and Dean Wilrett to say a few words. So Wes, would you come up first? Thank you.
In my role as superintendent, good evening, everyone. In my role as superintendent, I get to attend a lot of events with students. This is one of my favorite events to attend, and I have 4 reasons for that. First is it's great when parents are here with their students, with their children, because research shows that when parents are engaged in their children's education, the children's do much better. So thank you, parents, for being here. Second is, as young adult students, one of the measures of our success in educating all of you is when you make good choices. Because you'll learn your life is going to be shaped by the choices you make. And you made a great choice in joining the STRIVE program. Congratulations. It's a great investment of your time, and I hope you continue to do this and talk to your friends about this program, especially underclassmen, about the value of this program, please. The third reason I'm excited to be here is because we talk about 6 core values throughout your school career with us, and one of them is citizenship. And we define citizenship as doing your part to make the community a better place to live. And your STRIVE mentors, all the adults in this room, are great citizens because they're here to help you. You are the future of this community. By helping you be successful, they're helping the community be successful. They're volunteering. They're all volunteering their time, their resources, and their talents to help you. They're very unselfish, I hope you take time to thank each one of them and ask them what they do in their other life beside being a STRIVE mentor. You'll find out they have many talents, many interests. In fact, quite a few interests. I think you'll find it very entertaining to ask them what they do for a hobby. Get to know them. They've invested time in you, and I hope you form a relationship, a friendship with each one of them. The last reason why I get excited about this program is because I asked the customers how they like the program. And I've asked each of the students here, and it's overwhelming. They all believe in this program, and they think it's helped them. And that's the measure. So those are the 4 reasons, students. Making good choices, having your parents here, the core values of citizenship, and this is a successful program. So thank you very much, everybody. I'll see you in a couple weeks at graduation. No. A week. Thank you very much. Best wishes to all.
All right, thank you, Superintendent Fujitaki. And yes, it's 1 week. I think the kids, what do we have, 5 days left? 4 days left, believe it or not. I think the parents should be cheering more than the students, right? You get rid, no, just kidding. I'm Chris Krenz, assistant principal. I know all the students in the room, and many of you parents have probably gotten phone calls home via ConnectEd or something, so you've heard my voice before. But I came to Kennedy, I think, 10 years ago. And I've been at many different high schools before I came to Kennedy, but I got involved with the STRIVE program my first year as a dean at Kennedy, and I can tell you I was so impressed with the people who are a part of this program and the time they commit to this that I just am thrilled that it has continued so long. And again, students and parents, I'd love you to give the Rotary a hand for making this program possible and continuing with it for 16 years. Isn't that amazing? So Rotary, thank you for all you do. And the superintendent mentioned somebody else very important in your lives, and that's your parents. They are the ones that have driven you around to your games, practices, work, events, giving you $20 to spend on prom, which I'm sure costs a lot more than that. So yeah, a lot more. So I'm sure I want all of you students right now, and you're gonna give your parents a big thank you and round of applause as well for all that they've done for you. So thank you, parents. And students, I can't brag enough about the amazing kids that we have at Kennedy. I am so proud to work at Kennedy and love to tell people and brag to people. I just had 2 assistant principals visiting today from 2 different districts because they've heard of the work that we're doing at Kennedy. So be proud of your school, and I hope all of you have learned something, and hopefully you all come back and contribute to our community, to our school in the future, just like these Rotarians do as well. And I'm very excited for you in your future and hope that you go after everything and anything that you're passionate about. Of course, come visit and tell me all about the fun things that you're doing in life after high school. Apparently, I loved high school so much, I'm still here, so I love it. But I will miss you. You've been an amazing group, so very excited for you. So congratulations, and have a good evening. Thanks.
As Megan comes up here, I'd just like to thank Trish and Joanna, again, our servers tonight.
All right, I'm Megan Wilrett. I am one of the deans at Kennedy High School, but a lot of you students may know me as your counselor from 9th and 10th grade. So, you know, students, you come from all different groups, right? So some of you, I knew you when you were freshmen and sophomores. I'm looking at Luis and Dulce, Alex. Who else was I on my, you know, so many kids that were on my caseload because I worked with D to G or whatever I did. Some of you, we went to New York together last year. A couple of you went to New York with you last year, and I got to know you there. I got to know you in a different sense when we take you out of school. And get to watch you out in the community and watch you interact with others and watch you as independent kids, and that was a lot of fun. And some of you are brand new. I never met you before this year for lots of different reasons. And I have just thoroughly enjoyed this group. This is a super fun group of students. I was telling someone the other day just how well they mesh. Kids in this class, in the class of 2015, it's so fun to watch you guys in the halls. There's no groups, there's no cliques. There's just kids just are kids, and they see each other for who they are, and I think that's really cool about the class of 2015, and especially the STRIVE class of 2015. I remember you guys coming in as juniors last year, and I'm pulling you in, saying, I promise you this is going to be a cool program. I promise you you're going to learn a lot. Kind of looking at me like, okay, Miss Willrit, sure, where do I need to sign up? What am I signing up for? I'll sign up. I trust you. And it was fun to watch you grow. There's been a lot of amazing accomplishments with a lot of students in this group. Our 2015 class speaker is in this group. We have a student in this group who has all A's his entire senior year. I won't point him out because that's embarrassing maybe to him, but we've had those types of successes. We have students who, I think every student in this room has filled out the FAFSA application. They're ready. You guys are ready. You have all the tools that you need to move on to your next endeavor, and I'm really proud of you. So congratulations, STRIVE class of 2015.
Thank you, Superintendent, Assistant Principal, and Dean of Students. Every senior is a winner here in STRIVE. Not only did you get those wonderful, delicious breakfast treats, right? The college tours, the lunches, and this banquet, but you received the invaluable insights about yourselves and how you can continue to learn from those failures that we all encounter so that you can continue to succeed in life. But there's more. First of all, each of you will be receiving another gift from Rotary tonight. For completing your commitment to STRIVE, each of you will receive a $20 Target gift card. We want you to go buy something special for yourself, something that you hadn't thought about when you walked into the room tonight, okay? So, we're going to have, Terry, you want to help me with this? Yes, sir. In addition to getting your certificate and this Target card, we have another special gift from Normandale. Some of the Normandale students and faculty and administrators wrote personal letters to some of you students. And there'll be 3 letters in each of these envelopes that you're getting. So you'll get that in addition to the certificate and the Target card. So let's see if I can read these names now. Okay, Razan Hanaljar. Razan? And by the way, let's not hold our applause. You can do that at graduation. Just let it rip, okay? Abigail Asare. Luis Galeno Alvarado. Alex Garcia. Dulce Gomez. I have to tell you something about Dulce. She was the first STRIVE student at every one of our meetings. She arrived early, and guess what? Tonight, she was the first person here, too. Shamari Moore. Lisa Juen. Aldolfo Saldana Lara. Brandon Segura. Jordan Yule. Rasharia Vaughn. Estrella Velasquez. And Fabian Zamba. Did I miss anyone that's here, any student that's here? I think I got them all, right? Okay. And now, we have another surprise. You seniors remember how we often emphasized attending STRIVE classes? You see, Rotary believes that showing up matters. This next surprise is based on showing up, or at least providing an excused absence at 90% of our classes. Here to tell you more about this is our STRIVE chair, Terry Starwalt, who's also the vice president of Richfield Bloomington Credit Union. Terry.
Thank you, Don. I've always contributed the statement, this statement to Woody Allen, although I don't remember anymore if that's right, but someone, let's say, at least said that 90% of life and success is showing up. I truly believe that. And my employer, Richfield Bloomington Credit Union, truly believes that. Now, what do we mean by showing up? Well, obviously, as far as STRIVE went, it was showing up for the STRIVE classes. But now you're going to be going out into the world. What does it mean to show up there? And what I think it means is that you need to get out of your shell, if that's what you feel like you're in, become just a little bit uncomfortable, and find things that you like, things that you want to do. When you're at school, if you see a club and you think that that club looks interesting, don't wait to be asked to join. Go ask them if they're taking on new members and what you have to do to become a member. If you see a sports team you think you might want to be part of, don't sit back and say, well, nobody asked me to play. Go out there and ask if you can play. Become involved with your community and the things that you want to do. I always like to say that, although I don't run anymore, if I wanted to learn how to run, I would go out and find people that could run faster than me. That's who I'd hang out with. If I want to learn something, I go out and find people that are smarter than me. That's who I hang out with. Whatever you do in life, remember that you're the one responsible for it. You're the one that has to take the initiative for it. You're the one that has to make the decisions that will affect the rest of your life. Now, I'll be quiet now. Everybody knows how much I like to talk. And what I'm going to do is just read the letter from Richfield Bloomington Credit Union that's in the envelope for each of our students that attended 90% of the class. And also in the envelope is a cashier's check for $100 for you to do with as you will. The staff and members of Richfield Bloomington Credit Union would like to congratulate you on the successful completion of Bloomington Noon Rotary's STRIVE program at Kennedy High School. It is our sincere hope that this program has been beneficial for you and will make the transition from high school to young adulthood smoother. Whether you choose, whatever you choose as a direction to go from here, keep in mind that all things worth having are worth working for. Please accept this small gift as a token of our appreciation for your efforts and well-deserved success in STRIVE. Richfield Bloomington Credit Union feels lucky to be a part of the Bloomington community and wishes the best for each of you in your future endeavors. Don, will you read the names?
Oh, in here.
Yeah.
Some of these students aren't here, but they will be receiving them. Jonas Abdi could not make it tonight. Razan Analja. Abigail Asare. Noira Ballesteros Arce could not make it tonight. Luis Galeno Alvarado. Alex Garcia. Dulce Gomez. Shamari Moore. Kiera Morris could not make it tonight. Lisa Jouen. Jamal Page could not make it tonight, or Samantha Rampersaud. Adolfo Sadalna Lara. Brandon Segura. Jordan Yule. Estrella Velasquez. And Fabian Zamba. Again, let's thank Bloomington. Oh, let's wait for a second. Richfield Bloomington Credit Union and Terry for this special gift. Okay. Rotary partners with many different organizations to make things happen in our community. One of these outstanding STRIVE partners is the Mall of America. They generously support our STRIVE scholarships with their financial support. Rotarian mentor Kurt Hagen could not be with us tonight, but sends his congratulations to all of you STRIVE students. Rotary also partners with our local colleges that match our STRIVE scholarships. For instance, Normandale matches 100% of the first $1,500 in scholarship, and Hennepin Tech matches at 100%. Dunwoody Institute and Rasmussen College also participate in matches. Tonight we have, and I'd like to recognize Normandale President Joyce Esther, Normandale Foundation Executive Director Colleen Simpson, Hennepin Technical College Foundation Executive Director Annette Roth, and former Hennepin Technical College Foundation Executive Director Carol Carlson. Will you please stand and be recognized? I want to thank all of these colleges for their support of our STRIVE students. Now, I've asked President Esther and Executive Director Roth to say a few words. Welcome.
Good evening. Okay. We'll try that again. Good evening. Good evening. Wonderful. And those of you who work at Normandale, I'm surprised I didn't hear y'all. They know the drill. But I actually, on behalf of Normandale Community College and on behalf of all of the higher education partners, I want to congratulate you on the work that you've done with STRIVE. I want to congratulate Rotary of soon I will be a member, hopefully, right? And it's an honor to partner with an organization like Rotary who puts education first, because we understand that, there's a phrase that says where there's no vision, people perish. And I would augment that to say where there's no education, people perish. And so I want to thank you all for taking the time, because I remember what it was like in high school, the opportunity to go hang out with a whole bunch of folks who think they know more than you do. Is not necessarily something that you wanted to do, but you took a time to invest in your future. And so I want to thank you all for the work that you've done. But you have a responsibility now, because you've learned things in STRIVE, and you need to go back to your communities and share with the young people who didn't have the opportunity or couldn't come to this, and make sure that you share. There's an opportunity for everyone to reach back into their community, reach across communities, to make sure that you share this information. And whether you go on to post-secondary education or whether you go out into the workforce, whatever you do, make sure you make a difference. And if you decide not to come to Normandale, that's okay too. That's okay too, but wherever your educational journey takes you, make sure that you take STRIVE with you. Make sure that you take these experiences with you. And if for some reason you also choose to go out into the workforce, again, make sure that you make a difference there as well. And later, if you decide you want to come back, and to the parents in the room, you can come too. Normandale is a place that we believe in lifelong learning, and so I invite you to come back, come take a class, come get a program, any of those kinds of things. But I want to thank you for that. And a special thank you to the foundation. Our foundation is amazing, and I want to thank Colleen and her staff for what they've done there. And I also want to thank Miss Katie. I think that it is so wonderful, because you all have to understand that not only is Katie an employee of sorts with us, but she's also a graduate student, and she's doing exactly what we're asking you to do, give back. And so just because you're done, it doesn't mean you're done. So again, on behalf of Normandale Community College and all of your higher education partners, congratulations and good luck in a week. Okay.
Well, good evening again. And I'm from Hennepin Technical Foundation, but I also work, of course, in Hennepin Technical College, so I send greetings from President Cecilia Cervantes. And we want to also celebrate your accomplishments. And I have the pleasure of serving with Bob Erickson on our foundation board. And through the guidance of that, we support you students with the scholarships and the STRIVE scholarships. And we know the importance of education. And I want to speak to the fact that at Hennepin Technical College, we no longer have an achievement gap. And because of that, as students through STRIVE, you have those special skills, you've had the classes. Remember to reach out when you are in college, when you're going through your classes, to make sure that you continue to use those skills you have, and ask people if you need help, because that is what we're there for. And the wonder of that is that you also will meet people who, again, can give you another hand up, or who knows. As you heard, you never know the opportunities you have out there, but these experiences that you have in your future can lead to many wonderful things. And as President Esther said, reaching back and grabbing people along with you is really part of the wonder of life. And I have to say, you have wonderful things ahead of you, and we celebrate that with you. And again, we look forward to seeing, I know that Dulce is coming to study audio production at HTC, and we're going to have fun with that. But again, all of your accomplishments you should be very proud of, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. Thank you.
Aren't we lucky to have such community leaders here? This is just great. Thank you all. Now, before we move on to the scholarship awards, it's been a tradition to hear from a few students, a few remarks. For me, this is the highlight of the evening. A couple weeks ago, I asked some of the students to share their impressions of STRIVE with the rest of us. Now, we all know that it's really easy to be a public speaker, right? Not. But I think it says a lot about one's character to sometimes push the envelope and challenge yourself. We have a couple students who gathered this courage and rose to this challenge and are going to share their thoughts. So in alphabetical order, Razan Analjar.
As a STRIVE participant, I guess you could say, I had a lot of fun, and I want to thank each and every one of you that dedicated their time and effort into making this possible for us. Thank you, Mom, for believing in me, and thank you all for being here today with us and supporting us. I'd also like to thank Miss Willeret for pushing me and telling me to come every Wednesday, of course. And Don and Terry, thank you again for the experiences and for all the good food every Wednesday morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Razan. Shamari Moore.
I just want to say thank you to all the members of STRIVE. It's one thing to help us, but it's another thing to believe in us. And we just thank you for all your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Shamari. And our last speaker will be Fabian Zamba. Fabian.
Well, I'd like to stand in front of you guys and mostly say thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to show us that we are more than just a small group of students, but people who are pushing for a better future. I'm very thankful for everyone in STRIVE for giving us the opportunity to show us that we can do more than just be regular students, but we can actually expand ourselves and prove that we are actually higher ranked, or however we'd like to put it. I'm also very thankful for the time that they gave us, the opportunities that they showed us by going to, taking us to different colleges and just giving us important reasons to be ethical and be very professional with ourselves. And I'd like to thank you all for giving us that opportunity.
Thank you, Fabian. And while now it would be nice if we could offer every student a full ride scholarship to their college of choice, alas, we don't have the resources. However, our top scholarship recipients tonight, when matched, will cover most of their first year at either Normandale or Hennepin Technical College. Students, do you recall the 3 qualifying criteria required to be considered for a scholarship? Anyone? First one was to maintain your full course load during your senior year. 100% of you did that. Yep. You have to. Second was to attend or at least have an excused absence at 90% of our STRIVE classes. 82% of you met that criteria. And the third criteria was to maintain at least a C average or better for your senior year classes. And 95% of you reached that criteria. So, although the criteria is not meant to be easy, 77% of you met all 3 criteria and qualified to be eligible for a scholarship. Unfortunately, each year we seem to have some students that might have received a top scholarship that did not attend just one more class and they missed out. And although this sounds disappointing, the criteria was established not as a punishment, but instead as a recognition for those who went the extra mile. So participation is an important life lesson. Rotary provides 6 scholarships, 5 academic and 1 attendance. For best attendance, and you were correct, it was actor, comedian Woody Allen that said 80% of success is showing up. This attendance scholarship is awarded because we know from past experience with STRIVE students that attending and participating in the STRIVE topics is beneficial to each student in the long run. The Bloomington Rotary Foundation renamed its award the Lee Helms Best Attendance Scholarship in honor of longtime Rotarian Lee Helms, who passed away last year. Lee never missed a STRIVE class, and he kept our attendance records very accurately. But we have a dilemma this year because 8 of you qualified with perfect attendance, and another 6 of you had only 1 unexcused absence. So what do? How do we divide up a $250 scholarship among 14 students? Well, you don't. So what Rotary has decided is to award $100 scholarships to the 6 students with outstanding or 1 excused attendance, and a $250 scholarship to each of the 8 perfect attendees. Will the following students please come forward to receive their scholarships? And I've asked Les Fujitaki, our superintendent, to come out and shake your hand as you receive these scholarships. For the $100 outstanding attendance scholarships, Alex Garcia. Shamari Moore. Adolfo Saldana Lara. Brandon Segura. And Fabian Samba. Noira Ballesteros Arce also received a $100 scholarship, and we will get that to her later. Now, these $100 scholarships and $250 obviously don't cover tuition, but they're there to help you with books and other expenses. Now for our $250 scholarships. Jonas Abdi could not make it. Luis Galeno Alvarado. Razana Najar. Dulcie Gomez. Lisa Juen. Samantha Rompershout was not here tonight, but Jordan Ewell. Kiera Morris also received one, and I will get that to her. Now, all scholarship recipients, attached to your scholarship certificate is a scholarship request form. Please complete this form and submit it to Nick Basil as indicated on the form. Don't wait. In fact, if you want, you can return it to me tonight and I'll get it to Nick personally. Don't wait until next fall because you want to make sure that the colleges match your scholarships this summer, and those are all set up and it's ready to go. Also, if you are planning to attend Normandale, we have an additional form for you up front here that'll help speed up the process. Now, we have 5 remaining academic scholarships. They are best overall GPA and then the 4 highest GPA increases for the year. We had this special best overall GPA because there are some students that had a high GPA but didn't quite make their cumulative GPA high enough to qualify for the other 4. So we created this best overall GPA. It's a $1,000 scholarship. And that $1,000 scholarship goes to Dulcie Gomez. Now we're going reverse order of the highest GPAs. This was with an increase of .182. It's the 4th most improved GPA for $1,000 going to Estrella Velasquez. Our 3rd most improved GPA with an increase of .185 for $1,500 goes to Jonas Abdi, who could not make it tonight. Second most improved GPA, an increase of .201, a $2,000 scholarship, which when matched becomes $4,000. That goes to Kiera Morris, who could also not make it tonight. And our final scholarship tonight for the most improved GPA, an increase of .281. This particular student had an A average this year. It goes to Luis Galeno Alvarado. That scholarship was $2,500. And that concludes our recognition tonight. Congratulations to you all. Be sure that you submit your attached scholarship request form and pick up the Normandale form as you leave tonight. Congratulations to all of you STRIVE students for your participation this year. We wish you many more successes in your life journey. Don't forget your Rotary friends back here. Let us hear from you, because you all qualify for after your first year of college to apply for another scholarship. So let us know next year what you're doing. Thank you also to parents, friends, for supporting your student. And thank you to Kennedy, to the colleges, and to our corporate sponsors. Finally, I would ask all the STRIVE students and mentors to briefly come forward for a Kodak moment, because we want to take a group photo. Thank you and good night. Do you have
Get Megan and Rosa to come up, please.
Oh, yeah. Come on! We got to take a picture.